All right, guys. So let's start the demo. So first of all, thank you so much for joining the today's demo organized by Ellipse Education. So first of all, let me introduce myself. I am Abhishek Agrawal. I will be moderator for the whole demo, together with my with our mentor Vail Murugan. So first of all, let me go through the our website, right? So we basically specialize in providing the training from the mentors who are actually working in the industry. What different we provide? I think the people who joined today's demo are here to either switch a job into as to AWS data engineering, or they want to handle a project in their company, right? Whenever you want to do both of the things, what you need. So whenever you want to switch a job, first of all, you need a resume, right? And then you need projects to be written in the resume. And then you need interview question which can be asked from those projects, right? So these are the things which you need. So we provide all of that, right? We will basically help you in building projects. We will help you in like resume preparation and like writing those projects in the resume. What are the interview question can be asked? That too, we take limited students. We help them till the time they get a job, right? It's not like a program having 100 students, right? So we take very limited student. We help them till the time they get a job, right? So as I said, it is a small batch training provided by the industry expert. That too, we provide resume preparation, mock interview, right? And also, once you join the training, you have a 7-day refund policy, and we have a price guarantee as well. If you feel that our course is provided, the similar course is provided somewhere else, we will match that particular price, right? So we give you that kind of assurance as well. Now, if you have any questions, you can type in the chat. We will give you the option so that you can ask questions, right? So go check out our website. We have courses around Azure data engineering and also AWS data engineering, right? We provided recorded sessions as well for all the training, right? So go check out our website. Go check out the course curriculum. So I'm opening the page for the course curriculum, which for which you guys are having the demo, right? So the AWS data engineering. So today we will make sure that you understand what is cloud data engineering, what are the tools you can learn, how much coding is required to switch, what are the steps you should follow to switch, what are the certification you can do, what are the interview, like how to prepare for the interview, right? We will guide you with all of this. As I said, this course is ideal for all the people who are new to AWS. This course requires like basic knowledge of SQL and Python. We will teach you all of this, right? Glue, S3, Athena, Delta Lake, QuickSight, RDS, Kinesis, Lambda functions, Snowflake. We'll teach you all of that, right? You can gain 4 years of experience. We'll do 3 projects. You can check out the demo. As I said, this is a small batch training of 10 students. It's a hands-on training provided by the trainer Vail Burgan, right? We will help you with the mock interview, resume preparation, and as I said, that it's a 7-day refund policy is there, and then we are giving a guarantee about our prices, right? So this is about the overall overview about the demo, right? And before coming to the demo, I was trying to write down all the questions because for which generally people have. So I have written down all the questions. This is not the first demo we are taking. This is probably like our 50th demo. And we already know what are the general question which people have, right? So we are making sure that if you are coming to demo, your each and every question is answered, okay? And if you feel something we have missed, you can probably add in the chat and we'll cover that. Okay. So these are the general question which people have. What is data engineering? How you can switch to AWS data engineering? I'm a fresher. I have a career gap. I have 5 to 10 years of experience. Can I switch? Am I eligible for the for like switching? I am a the database administrator guy. I am a Power BI guy, or I am an Informatica guy. I am from the admin side. I am from sales marketing, non-tech background. Can I switch? Is coding required? How much coding required? Is SQL required? Is Python required? How much I should know about SQL and Python? Then there is also a question which nowadays people are asking that, hey, this is a like a 3 live project we will do, like because we are saying that 3 live project we will do in 30 days. How it is possible, right? So first of all, it's not like the 30 days training, it is a 30-day training, right? So it will go for 2 months. It will approx take around 35 days, 40 days. It can take 30 days as well. It depending upon how curious the students are, right? It will go for 2 months. How we will practice in Azure, AWS, and how much experience you can show by doing the current learning, right? How much experience you can show in your resume, how we will approach the interview, right? How we will handle the scenario based question, right? All of this question people have, right? So we will try to cover each and every question which is written here. And then some people, like again people said that, yeah, so same questions, right? For 15 years of experience, non-tech, IT background, I am a fresher, or all of this general question. And then we already know what questions you have. So if you stick till end of the demo, you'll understand each and everything, right? So now coming to the uh, the overall flow of the, one second, give me a moment. All right. So before, like, the overall questions which I have said can be broken down into this table contents, which is like, first of all, you need to understand why and what of cloud, why and what of AWS, right? And then you need to understand why and what of data engineering, because sometimes people want to learn CI/CD pipeline, and then they enroll for data engineering, right? So it's not totally clear for the people what is data engineering, right? So we will talk about that. Then what are the tools we'll focus on, like Glue, Athena, S3, Snowflake, Spark ETL, coding required or not, who can learn, roadmap, course curriculum, where to practice, our different offerings, recording will be given or not, how we will practice, certification, salary to expect, right? And in the end, if you stick till the end of the demo, we will give you the offer, the enrollment offer in the lesser price. So please stick till end of the demos to understand how much salary you can expect and what offers we are giving for the enrollment, right? So please stick till end of the demo. Now I will like so now I will hand over to our trainer for the course, which is Vail Murugan, and then he will take the session forward. All right, Vail. So can you please introduce yourself, Vail, and then you can take it forward. 1 second, I will give you the option so that you can unmute yourself.
Thanks, Abhishek. Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
So this is Vail Murugan here. So you can call me Vail. So about myself, I have around 15 years of experience in the software development and 8 years of experience into data engineering. So like I have been working on like product company, service company, different company, and at present I'm into consulting. I am into data architecture consulting, and I'm working on different cloud and then different layers in the data world. So I started as a backend developer, then moved into data engineering. So I worked on Hadoop, MapReduce, Hive, all the big data systems. Then went into Spark. I've been using Spark around for 8 years. And then I'm using on-premises. I was running in different enterprises product I was using it. Then I moved into cloud. I was using AWS and then Azure. So I've been working on AWS and Azure, and I have been practicing all this different services, doing research on this and building applications and enterprise applications on the cloud. So that is about my experience. Let us move on to today's agenda, what we are going to cover.
All right.
I'll
So,
share my
Vale,
screen.
you can share my screen, your screen now, and
Yeah.
then you can take it forward. Yeah.
So let us first start with why cloud and what is cloud. Um, so in the current scenario, if you see companies like enterprise companies, so where using softwares, running applications, they moved from on-premises to cloud. Why the reasons? Because it helps them to have multiple teams around the globe and optimize their cost. So, for example, I have teams working on-premises. The infrastructure team should be there. They should be managing the cluster. So if I want to run an application, there should be admin to manage it. Or if I want a database, there should be a database admins to be managed. So this makes life of teams to be tougher and infrastructure to be very difficult. And with the growth of technology recently, a lot of new applications, new technology, the maintaining and managing the application and infrastructure become very hectic and it's very costly also. If it is on premises, it's very costly. That is why companies moved into cloud. So in cloud, it's easier for anyone to create an account and start building autonomous management on the cloud itself. So I want VMs, I can do it. I can want to create database, I can do it. Like that, it's easier for a company to build a software on the cloud. So that is why company moved into cloud. And if I want to develop application and deploy application, I can go into cloud. If I want to build a data warehouse or a database solution, I can go into cloud. So companies offers various services. So based on your use case, you can go for various services and use it in the cloud. So you can go and buy a service where you want a Linux machine. I can buy a Linux machine in this cloud. That is what infrastructure as service. If I want to buy an application and use it, I can go for software as service or platform as service. So you in the cloud you have different options to get it. And for the big like data engineering systems, you have a lot of options, lot of services available, which can easily use it and build an application on top of it. So it can be AWS or it can be Azure. So both you can use it, and using the services, you can quickly build the solutions. The advantage here is you can quickly build the solutions and productionize it in a faster way and automate it and then make the application autonomous. So it can reduce the efforts, you can reduce the infrastructure cost by using cloud. So that is the advantage of using cloud. And in that, AWS is a market leader. They are one of the, with compared to Azure and Google Cloud, they are the bigger players in the market. And in this course, we are going to cover on AWS services which are used by data engineering. Okay, so that is what. So what is cloud? And we are going to focus on AWS cloud. And let us come to the next one, which is what is data engineering? So let us see that in detail. So what is data engineering? So in our organizations, data engineering teams are required because we are working for enterprise, and enterprise team has a lot of use cases. They need analytics. They need to build business intelligence. They need to build business intelligence product applications, reporting tools. So they need to build predictions. They need to have machine learning, AI, all these features in the organizations. They have a lot of products and they have an enterprise data platform. For their enterprise data platform, they need data from different systems in the organization. So the data can come from different source systems. The source systems can be ERP systems, it can be legacy systems, it can be a database, it can be APIs, it can be FTP systems. So your source system can come in different format from different sources. So your data platform, it's going to process all this data and bring it to your data layer so that I can use the data layer, and that data can be used by different teams. So it can be used by my machine learning team. The same data can be used by analytics team. So like that, the use cases we have are lot of use cases, because if you see in the last 5 years, we know that machine learning and then AI has been grown like anything. How it has grown? Because of the data. We have the data of last 6 years or last 10 years. Based on the historical data, we are able to do machine learning, the data science we are able to do. We are able to do analytics. So this everything gives a lot of advantage for the company to grow to the next level. So enterprise company use the data and then make a lot of decisions. They do business decisions based on the reports. They do a lot of things. For this year, enterprise data platform is very important. So for your enterprise data platform, it's managed by your data engineering. So data engineering team is the one who is going to collect data from various sources. They are going to collect data from producers, and then they are going to store the data into data lake, data warehouse, or lakehouse architecture. And that data is going to be used by the consumers. So the consumers can be data science team, or can be it can be your top level business management. So who are the end users of the reports, your report business tools, all these things your end users are going to use. So in real world, if you see, data engineering teams play a major role in like getting the data from producer and then storing it into the storage layer, and the storage layer data is going to be used by consumers. So we run data pipeline, we do ETL transformation because the data comes in raw form. So we are going to structure the data. We are going to write SQLs, we are going to write Python code and structure the data and store it into different layers. So what are the different layers we have? We have data lake. As we discussed, cloud provides you storage layer. So you have S3. So S3 is a storage layer where you can store huge amount of data. So using S3, I can store huge billions and trillions of data into my buckets. So this helps company to have a cheaper storage where they can maintain backup, they can maintain lot of unstructured, semi-structured data into data. So that data can be used by data science, that data can be used by machine learning teams for their analysis, for their development. So data lake is a place where you can store a lot of data. So other than data lake, you have data warehouse also. You have data warehouse, you have lake also. So these three layers are growing like anything in the companies because of lot of use cases we have in the organizations. So data warehouse can be like a product like Snowflake. Snowflake is a online data warehouse systems. So where you can write SQL queries and then use your warehouse for building analytical queries here. So here you're going to store structured data, you're going to build analytical queries. And Lakehouse is combination of both. So you are going to combine both features of data lake and then warehouse and use the Lakehouse architecture. So in this course, as a data engineer, we will be working on all the use cases. So that means we are going to build ETL pipelines. We are going to build data pipelines and then store the data into data lake, use data warehouse, and then Lakehouse architecture. So we are going to build in different layers, run ETLs on top of this. Okay, so as we discussed, we are going to do on the cloud. So we are going to do all this work on the cloud, and we are going to use the most used services on the cloud. So in AWS, we are going to use few services, so our life will be easier because the cloud already has lot of services for batch processing, services for like stream processing of data. So we are going to use the services and so what data engineering team does, they are going to do data pipeline that can be scheduled activity. It can be a streaming activity. So you may be running a data pipeline, which is a scheduled activity, or you may be running a streaming pipeline. So the data will be processed and it will be stored in a different layer, and that layer data will be used by the different consumers. So that is what we do it in the data engineering team and the modern data platform. So let us see the modern data platform. So in the modern data platform, we have different layer: ingestion layer, storage layer, cataloging, processing, and consumption. So that is a modern data platform. So here the storage layer is where we use data lake, data warehouse, and we consume data from different sources. So the sources can be ERP, CRM, Salesforce. The data can be different file form. So all this data we store it in, we process it using batch process or streaming, and then bring it to warehouse or bring it to data lake, and then you use it for analytics and ETL pipelines. So that is what we are using data engineering use cases. So in this course, we are going to see top AWS data engineering services, and we will be using that. So we are going to focus on in the collection layer. That means in the collection layer, we'll be using S3, where we are going to store different format of files. We will be storing structured data into RDS, and then we will be storing like a semi-structured data like JSON to DynamoDB, and we will be storing the streaming data into Kinesis. We will be using Kinesis for processing the streaming data. And then we will be using Lambda for the event processing. And for batch processing, we'll be using Glue. So these are the services, major services we'll be using. And for the warehouse, we are going to use Snowflake here and then process the data. So as we started, so we are going to discuss about data engineering use case. In data engineering use case, you may have large amount of data. The data may be we are going to process huge amount of data. For that, we need a framework and we need to use a specific services provided by AWS. So we are going to use Glue. We are going to use Lambda, all the services which are provided by AWS. Okay, so any questions so far on the what is data engineering, what is AWS cloud, and so what is a modern data platform? Any question on that? So in this course, we are going to use Glue for batch processing, for running a processing a huge amount of data. There, we are not going to cover from basics of Spark, but we will be going into we'll start with basics and we'll go faster and we will see optimization techniques and how we can write SQLs, write Python code. So if you are from SQL background, you can write code, or if you are from Python background, you can write code. So if you see here, so here you can see AWS. I am sharing AWS console here. Here you can see all the services here. So let me go to all services. So you can see by the functionality, you have different services. So if you are using database, you can go for database, where you can create database here. If you are going to use only like analytics, where I'm going to create Athena or I'm going to use EMR, Glue, I can go for different services. Like that, you have option to access various services. There are 500 plus services in AWS. But in real world, we are not going to use all the services. We are going to use limited services. So we are going to use only the limited services which are used for data engineering. So that services would be like Glue, Lambda, like that. We are going to focus on few services for building data pipelines, for building data warehouses. So that's what we are going to use it. We are not going to use all the services. So as a data engineer, we use only a few limited services. That is what we are going to focus. We are not going to see all these services. So next is let us. So tools we are going to learn is we are going to learn Glue here. So using Glue, we are going to run batch processing. We are going to use Spark here. We are going to write Spark SQL and Python data frames here. So if you have knowledge on SQL or if you have knowledge on Python, you can write ETLs in Glue. And we are going to use Athena for query processing. It's a query engine where you are going to analyze using Athena. And then for data warehousing system, we are going to integrate Snowflake and use this with Snowflake. So when we are going to do project, we are going to do with the integration of, we are going to build lakehouse architecture also. We are going to build data lake also. And we are going to work with a data warehouse also. So that is what we are going to build it. So in that, we are going to use Snowflake for the data warehouse system. So for processing bigger workloads, we are going to use Glue and then S3. And for data warehouse system, we are going to use Snowflake. Like that, we are going to build different architecture which are used in real world. So that we are going to cover real world scenario. We are not going to run some demo task and run anything on the demo code. We are not going to do it. We are going to take some real world use case like a retail scenario or a different financial scenario like that, and then we are going to see with the scenario. We are going to run a project and then see. That is what we are going to do. See. So we will be covering Glue. We are going to cover Athena. We are going to cover S3, Snowflake, and we are going to use other tools like
Your
so
voice
we are
is not
going.
audible.
What happened? So we are going to touch on all these services which are used by data engineering teams, like Kinesis for streaming and Lambda for event processing. And we will be using Glue for batch processing, S3 for storing the structured data, semi-structured data. We are going to use S3 for storing the data and then structured data also, semi-structured data also. For the Lakehouse architecture also, on the top of S3, we are going to build Lakehouse architecture using Iceberg here. That means on top of S3, using Iceberg, we are going to do asset transfer. That we are going to do it. And then we are going to use Athena for running the SQLs and understanding the outputs here. That is what we're going to do. Then we will be focusing on Snowflake for building the data warehouse systems. And we'll be working on like a star schema. We'll be building data models and we will load the data into Snowflake. That is what we're going to do. So that is what we are going to do on the projects here. So these are the services we are going to focus. Then let me go into the next part. Who can learn it? So is it like a fresher or a 5 years guy who can learn this course? So this course is applicable for a fresher also because we are going to start from AWS services. We are going to start on basic service like how to use S3, how to use AWS, like how to use AWS services for data engineering specific. We are not going to see all the services, right? For data engineering specific, we are going to see some basic service. Then we will get into real world scenarios like how to do batch processing, how to do streaming on the AWS services. That is what we're going to see. So we'll be starting with basics. Then we will cover the complex scenarios. So it can be learned by a fresher also. It can be learned by an experienced person. So that is the purpose we are doing it. And we are doing everything. Not only we are seeing concepts, we are taking live projects and then we are going to run live projects. That is what we're going to do. Let me open the roadmap. So that means how we are going to cover it. Let me the syllabus. So this is how we are going to do. So we are going to start with basic AWS services, and then what are the services are we are going to use for AWS. Then we will see like if you see day one, day two, it's like we have 30 days. Total days is 30 days. So that is like it may be like 1.5 months or 2 months the total duration. So like if you see here, day one we are starting with basic AWS services, and day two about OLAP and OLTP because we need to know what are OLTP systems, what are OLAP systems because we are doing analytical processing here. We are going to work on analytical systems, so we need to know both. And what are the data warehouse systems? What is data warehouse? So that we are going to see in the data. And we will start with the data warehouse architecture and then Snowflake architecture. Then we will get into basics of AWS services like EC2, IAM, VPC, like all the basic services of which are important for AWS. Then we are going to get into like batch processing. So batch processing, we are going to start with Glue, and then we are going to cover some like different data sources like CSV, JSON, Parquet files, and accessing different data from database, NoSQL database. So running some workflows, data pipelines, complex data pipelines. So which we are going to cover batch processing. So we are going to run data pipelines and run batch processing using Glue. So that is what we are going to cover. And we are going to use RDS, we are going to use DynamoDB, and we are going to use Glue Catalog, and Athena for query processing and query analysis here. So that is what we're going to do. Then we will be covering Lambda. So using Lambda, we'll be working on streaming use case. So that means like using Kinesis, we are going to work on streaming use case where we will be processing live arrival of data using Kinesis and store the data to DynamoDB. And also we will like stream this data into Snowflake data warehouse. So that is what we're going to do. So initially we will start with batch processing, then we will cover streaming also. Then we will cover how you can use Spark and utilize the performance, improve the performance of workflows. So how to optimize the workflow, that is what we will cover. Then like we are going to cover Snowflake here. In Snowflake, we are going to cover what are the different stages, how to load the data into external stage, internal stage, and how to write transformations using SnowSpark and then using SQL. Both we will see. Then we are going to run a streaming pipeline here. And we are going to see some advanced concepts like time travel, copy clone, like that concept you're going to see. Then we are going to do medallion architecture. We are going to implement a Lakos architecture and SCD type projects we are going to do. So these are the things we will be covering in the course. So any question on this? So in the course, we are going to cover 3 projects. So if you see the project 1, which is like building a like a multi-hop architecture. So the data is coming from different sources. So the sources going to be RDS. The data is going to come from DynamoDB. So RDS is a like a relational database. So we are going to take the data from relational database and using batch processing, we are going to process it and store it into data lake. So that we are going to do. And the data is going to come into S3. So that data is going to be like a Parquet file, CSV, JSON. That data also we're going to process. And the data is going to come into DynamoDB. So all this data are going to be the data is going to come from different systems, or the data is going to come from an OLTP system. So your RDS and DynamoDB are OLTP systems here. So we are going to process this data and store it into S3 here. And the analysis we are going to do on Athena here. So here we are going to do like analysis on Athena. And here we are going to do analysis and we are going to do the visualization. So that is what we are going to do in the first project. And then in the next project, here the data is going to come from different storage layer. So here we are not going to have the enterprise systems like SAP or mainframe or other Salesforce. We are going to replicate the data. That means we are going to have some kind of mock data here for the source systems. That data will come into the staging area. So that is going to come into the staging area in the S3. And that data, we are going to process it and build a Lakos architecture. And here in this project, we are going to build a Lakos architecture on the using S3. We are going to have a different layer, that means gold, silver, bronze, where we are going to do ETL and structure this data and do visualization here. That is what we are going to do in the project. In the project 3, we are going to build a streaming service here. That means the data is coming in the streaming way. We are going to use Kinesis here and then consume the data and like process the data and push it to Snowflake here. And in Snowflake, we are going to use stream and task and use Snowpipe for ingesting the data into Snowflake data warehouse system. And that data will be used for analytics. So these are the 3 projects. We will be doing it in the course here. So any questions on the roadmap, on the course, on the projects? Okay, so where to practice? So next thing is we are going to discuss where we are going to practice it. So we are going to create trial account in AWS. So you can create AWS trial account and we are going to do it on AWS. So you can create this free tier account. Lot of services are free here with the free tier account and few services are cost. We can easily measure we can create budgets and see the cloud usage. So the cloud cost is not going to be that much because we are going to use a free tier account and do the all the development here. So for example, S3 will be like free here. You can see Lambda is free here. It's like that lot of services are free here. some services will be cost. Like glue is cost. Glue cost is like based on usage, it will be cost. So we are going to use glue here and lot of services in the AWS. And also Snowflake, we'll create a trial account. For Snowflake also, we'll create a trial account. So this is the 30 days account using your ID, like a Gmail ID, we can create trial account. So we are going to use trial account and then do the development on the cloud. That is what we are going to do. So when we are creating projects, we will share the code. We are going to share all the how to do development, and we will show you how to build the services and how to use the services. So you can try it on your development. That is how it is done. So I see some questions. How PySpark, how much it will be covered? We are going to cover uh, like from basic to advanced level, we are going to cover Spark because we are going to process enterprise data. So enterprise data is going to be huge. So even the data is huge, you are going to use distributed computing like Spark and then process the data. So we are going to use uh, Glue for running the heavy workloads here. So that is why we are going to cover from basics to the advanced level on the Spark. So you can see here, we started with basics of Spark, then we went into advanced and using Glue, how to dynamically increase the cluster and dynamically run distributed computing. That also we will see. So that is also we'll cover it. And also even processing also will cover. So any questions from anyone?
Yeah, hi, this is Shashidhar.
Yeah. Good.
So yeah, actually, I have some basic idea on PySpark, how it works, and what are the architecture and all those things. I have overall
Okay.
5 years of experience, but
Okay.
for a freshers or for a 3 years experience person, if they're looking for shift or something like that, like they might be asking about repartitioning and coils and the cache and purses, these kind of inter.
We lost you, Sridhar. Sasidhar, we cannot hear you.
PySpark kind of a thing when you say about the Spark architecture or something like that. Because like they'll ask for an ingestion tool, what you have done it. So like how we gonna like we'll say during our project like by default you have used glue or something like that for the ingestion, like in that way or how it was. So for a 3 years experienced guy, if they're planning to take this course and if they want to tell that they have worked on AWS engineer, data engineer for the last 2 years or something like that, so they can aram say or easily they can say that like entire the what I can say using these cloud tools they have done the complete project. They have not at all involved in any kind of compromise. Will that be fine?
So you are asking that will be experienced person can
Mm.
showcase that I worked on complex person. That is what you are asking, right? Or you are asking
Uh,
that will a basic person we lost you in between. So
yeah, okay, okay. So think about I'll ask in a single one line. Okay, for a 3 years experienced people,
yeah,
uh, what all the things like if they ask about on because see, the picture would be like if the people are only learning on only cloud, the recruiter will be asking about repartitioning, coils, cache, persist, partitioning, bucketing, or optimization techniques in Spark. So they will be asking those kind of a things. So is there any what I can say? Yeah, I have seen that too,
yeah.
2020, but
So if you
like
see here, we are covering all the Spark optimization thing. So as I said,
yeah,
I have been working on last 8 years into Spark, right? So I'll be
yeah.
covering all the optimization technique in a quicker way. That means we will start with basics, and then when we are going into the optimization technique, in 1 or 2 sessions, we are going to cover all the important techniques which are required for optimizing Spark workloads. So how do you collapse? How do you use liquid clustering? How do you use repartitioning of data? Do you need to partition the data or bucketing is required? Like that, all the optimization based on my experience, I am going to share all the optimization techniques here.
Regarding the issues like what I can say small
Production
file issues.
issues. Yeah, small file
Small file.
issues that also will be covered.
Okay.
So that means like while like working on the few scenarios, we'll be saying you like what will be the real world problems, how do you solve it? Small file issues, right?
Yeah.
How you can handle it. So that also will be covering it.
Okay. Can you is it okay if you're supposed to give what all kind of errors you're gonna cover with respect to cloud or on-premise? If you have like if you have any listed right now, so if it is not an issue for you right now, can you give some brief on it? Like what all the issues you're gonna cover in this course?
So it's like processing the CSV data, right? In the bronze layer, that means in the ingestion layer, what are the issues, frequent issues will come. So when the schema match mismatch will come, your
Hmm.
data type mismatch will come, data quality
Interesting.
checks will come. So these are the frequently issues, right? You get into how you solve it. So how you handle the scenarios, right? That is important at the ingestion layer. And when in the processing layer, how what are the like the transformation you do, what are the major transformations you do, and how you can optimize that by doing like a broadcast join. Can I convert my short merge join to broadcast join? Can I like convert repartition, use repartition and convert my shuffle partition to a single partition? So how can I change my strategy, join strategy, and then improve my overall performance? So all this thing we are going to do in the processing layer. And in the aggregation layer, do I need to do aggregated queries here, which are complex one, which are going to take time here? So that everything we are going to see that. And also in each layer, what are the errors, how you handle it? So that also we will see it.
Regarding the interview preparation, how it would be like any mock, as you said, like mock interviews. Like any, if you
Yeah,
ask any,
so
first of all,
so at the
if
end
you could
of the
not able
sessions,
to.
right? So for example, we share this scenario-based questions. So how do you handle different scenarios, right? The scenario-based questions we handle it, and production issue issues, like how slow processing your data, how like you handle the stream data, like that. We give you we explain you the scenario questions, and then we give the answer for it.
Based on curiosity, I'm asking. Don't take it another way, Velmurgan sir. So
Yeah.
thing was, if for suppose like in an interview, for suppose like we could not able to clear some 2 3 questions, how could you reach out to you? Is there any apart from the ongoing classes or during the ongoing classes only we are supposed to ask these kind of questions or something like that, or how it is, and
So
what are the assistance you can provide?
we have a WhatsApp group where we discuss, like sometimes I get questions from the students directly also. So I talk to them and then I tell them after the course also I explain them some concepts. So that also we do it. So because we are talking on WhatsApp, so after interview sessions also I share some like some questions and then answers for them.
Got it. Got it. Thank you very much. And what kind of a batch it? I mean, like, is it a first batch?
So we have taken already multiple batches. Abhishek will be covering the regarding the batch and then other thing like Abhishek will be explaining.
Okay, sure, sure. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So any questions on the roadmap, course, project, or on the AWS services, data engineering services? So what will be covered on the course? Any question on that?
Hi, am I audible? This is
Yeah,
Shrikant.
you are audible. Yeah, audible.
Thank you for hosting this meeting. So I'd like to ask, like, how I'm from a technical support background and trying to learn data engineering from for like quite some time. So can we, as data engineering aspirants, can showcase these projects as a real work? Can this work be projected as an experience on our resumes?
Yeah, yeah. So all this use case, which we are showing the projects, right, are the real world use cases. So that means, so all these use cases are built based on the real world scenarios. So for example, this is like for a few company, I have worked on project. So I cannot use their own code or their own data, but I can replicate the architecture. I can build the mock up the data. So that's how based on real world scenarios, I have built the architectures and then data pipelines. So this is going to be when you go into work, you are going to build the similar work on similar projects. So can showcase it. And this is something which is there in the current market. It's not that it's a demo one, right? It's like something which is the one which is already there in the enterprise.
Okay, so I assume there will be advanced things like which are only there in enterprise grade projects such as like GDPR compliance related data stuff, and I'm not sure if you have covering any version controlling thing in this section.
So
I'd like to clarify on that.
yeah, we will be covering on the CI/CD also, a little bit on the version controls. So that means after, like as a data engineer, we work on deployment also. That means after building my data pipeline, we automate that in the CI/CD. So that also we'll be covering.
Things like handling PII data or sensitive data, like
So that PA data, sensitive data, which we will discuss while seeing the workflow,
Mhm.
like while discussing about the scenarios, we will be discussing on. But code automation and CI/CD is more about automating your code and running on multiple environments. So in a real world, right, you have multiple environments like dev, stage,
Mhm.
QA, prod, right? So I need to automate. I cannot do manual work, right? I cannot go to AWS and then create all the services manually, right? I have to do automation of code. I write a XML and deploy it in one environment, and other environments it should be automated. So that is how you do it in real world. So we do that also. We explain it with the CI/CD pipeline so that you can automate in different environments.
Okay, so and we are going to cover like three projects, and when will how is the timeline for like three projects? Like, would it start from like second week, and then each project will last for like 5 days or something? How is it? How it's going to be come
So the projects
along with
we will be
you?
start developing when we are going through the classes. We'll be start developing. That means the basic layer we will be start building it from the day 6 or 7. So that means here itself you will be using the CSV file, the input data. So you'll be start doing, and then like we'll be working on the project and the concepts side by side. So at the end of the 30 days, you will be building your projects also, and then you will be learning the concepts also. That is how it is.
Okay, okay, and I'm guessing sessions will be for at least like 2 hours or what, 1 hour.
So it may be 1 hour, it may extend to 1.5 hours.
Okay, cool. Thank you, thank you.
Any questions from anyone?
Hi, hi, Will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Will, I'm a data engineer. So
Okay.
basically, I have worked on Informatica, like that is on on-premise tool, and now I just want to switch. And the market is only for cloud data engineer right now.
Yeah.
So they're expecting us to write the code also, but like in
Yeah.
like other previous tool, like on-premise tool, we were not able to write the code because that we basically use transformation and all there.
Yeah.
So now interviewer expect us to write the code on the PySpark and basically use the glue code and all.
Yeah.
So how much you would be covering that so that we can just clear the interview?
Uh,
Because
s-
I'm, huh,
so
yeah, please go
if
ahead.
you are good in basics of SQL or Python, right? Any of this, you can easily pick it up Spark because any problem, right? You can solve writing SQLs or solve writing like Python code in the glue. Okay, that means any scenarios I can write SQL or I can solve using Python. So if you are good in Python or SQL, you can easily pick it up, glue, and then work on the ETL workloads.
I'm good in SQL, but I have never learned Python. I have never worked on Python. So how it would be like helpful?
So, like we are going to cover on both the use case. So,
Hmm.
I can solve a problem, same problem in SQL, same problem using Python. So, it's not that you always have to use PySpark, write a data frame, right? You can write
Hmm.
SQL also and solve the problem. So, in real world, we use both. We sometimes use SQL and sometimes, so for companies, right, they limit it to the developers. They don't specify that, write it in PySpark only, like Python only. Write it on anything but solve the problem. At the end of the day, solve the problem and the issue should be solved. That is what the expectation is. They are not expecting you to solve only using Python or SQL. So if you are good in SQL, you can easily write code in Spark SQL and then solve the problem. So performance wise, there is nothing different. So when you write a SQL or PySpark, internally both the optimization and the performance is same. So it's nothing different here. So if you know SQL, it's easier to write Spark SQL code and run it on.
Okay, well. But well, there are like in some projects, there is requirement of PySpark also. So, like, is there any other classes for the PySpark learning?
So here we are going to cover both, right? So that means I'm going to teach you SQL concepts also, PySpark with data frames also, right? Python also. So if you are interested in SQL, you can use SQL and learn. The same solution, we'll be solving it in writing in data frames. So if you are in Python background, you can use the same code and solve. So I'm going to cover both the scenarios.
Okay.
So any questions from anyone?
Regarding
Yeah, go ahead.
some like since we are going to build projects, there will be the things will be error prone, and we are going to stuck with something on like either on cloud part or something related to implementation,
Yeah.
right? So are there any other technical persons who would be taking questions when we are not having demo, or like how are we going to solve out while the
So like when you have technical questions, you can put it in WhatsApp. Like we will answer it in the WhatsApp, and then if required, we will connect and help you to solve that issue.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So are you going to cover Redshift also?
No, because we are going to cover Snowflake here. So in like AWS, even though Redshift is there a part of AWS services for a data warehouse system, but for the job market and for the enterprise, they use Snowflake. When they have AWS, they don't use Redshift now. All the companies have migrated to data warehouse systems like Snowflake here. So that is why we are going to cover Snowflake here. We are not going to cover Redshift.
Why? Like, I mean, what is the benefits of using Snowflake over Redshift?
So, you can build advanced, do advanced stuff, like versioning, delta concepts. You can do it, and scalability wise, you can run heavier workloads on Snowflake. Your performance wise, your Snowflakes give better performance than Redshift. Redshift is built on Postgres. It's not meant for scalability. When your volume of data increases, performance wise, you cannot compare with Snowflake. Snowflake is built on data lake. It's you going to use your data lake as an interlayer storage, so you can easily scale it up, and you can increase the workload easily. I can scale it up easily, and based on the demand, I can increase the workload and increase the compute. So my performance wise, Snowflake is better than Redshift. Another thing is for different use cases like streaming. Snowflake supports stream use cases. Like I want to build live pipelines, processing the data in live. So I can use Snowflake there. So that is why you can do it. And also, you can build data marts. I can build my fact and dimension tables and complex like analytical workloads. I can run it on Snowflake.
Okay, thank you. And one more question, like in related to projects. So are we going to? I mean, we are going to cover some 3 projects, right?
Yeah.
So that will be real-time project or just like I mean, YouTube kind of like projects, a sample.
So it is going to be some kind of a real-time scenario. The data is not like a production data, right? It's going to be mock data generated for scenario like a retail scenario where sales forecast of last 6 months or 1 year, like that dashboards we are going to build it. So that everything. So we are going to try to replicate some data and then generate the data. So it's not like a demo, like a simple data, right? It's going to be enterprise data. So we're going to bring enterprise data and then build an enterprise solution. That is what we're going to build it. But We are going to generate the data and use it.
Okay. So and in AWS Glue, like we are going to write scripts, right? I mean, not only UI.
No, we are not going to use UI. So we are not going to build on UI because whatever the things we are doing in this course, right, are real world use case, whatever used in the company. In companies, we don't build UIs. Like we don't use UI, we use scripts. We write scripts on the ETLs on the glue, and then that is how we run it. So that is why we are going to write scripts
Yeah.
using SQL. We are going to build it.
Okay. Spark, PySpark, right? Using
Yeah, PySpark. So we are going to write SQL. Spark, we are going to use Spark SQL and then Python SQL. Both we are going to do. PySpark also we can do.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, Will.
Thank you.
Yeah, go on.
So what kind of assessment, like if I want to go for the training certification part, right? So
Yeah.
what kind of assistance I can expect, like
So Abhishek will be covering that assistance. What? So if you see, right, at last we are going to cover. So how for technical interviews, for scenario-based interviews, everything how we are going to cover. Abhishek will be explaining.
So one more question from my end.
Yeah.
So if you are going to go through with 3 projects, right? So we
Yeah.
can keep one of the project in the resume and we can go with that, right? That
Yeah,
will
yeah,
work.
yeah. So that is the end purpose is that is why. Like we are going to build real world projects, like 3 projects we are going to build it and we are going to show it. So you can use that and show it as your experience. Like so you can project that you have worked on all this project. You can try that and then learn that
Okay.
project and then you can use that for your experience.
So we in these pipelines, do we work with API ingestion data as well?
So we are for streaming, we are going to process the API data.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Bye.
So stream
processing data will be there or streaming also.
So we are going to cover 2 batch processing scenario. So if you see, we are going to cover 2 batch processing scenario and 1 streaming use case. In streaming use case, we are going to ingest the data which is coming from API.
API. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the timings? I just missed it previously when
Will,
you were.
yeah, so Will, can we move forward now because I have a time limit? So
We can
yeah,
go forward, Abhishek. We can take it up.
yeah, yeah. All right.
Okay.
So I will be explaining all the other things which you guys are asking. So let me share my screen now. All right. So as we have already covered like all the topics, right, roadmap and everything. So I will be explaining now. Some people are asking about the timing. Some people are asking about like, hey, doubts, how we will cover the doubts and all of that, right? So first of all, I want to highlight this is a batch training with a small batch, right? And why we are keeping that so that we can give time, right? So suppose if we have like 50, 60 students batch, it is very difficult to manage, which we have done it in the past as well, and then like it's very difficult to cater students and then the like uh, uh, answer doubts in the WhatsApp and all of that, right? We are saying it is possible, reason being that we have like limited kind of a student, which is 10 students, right? That is why it's possible. So now I will be going through the like I will show you the LMS portal. How does it look, right? So this is the recent batch which is completed by Whale. And if you see after every class, there's a homework. And then after every class, like we try to understand your profile. And after every class, there's a homework, right? Which is given to you. And then this is all the notebook which is given to you, right? And then like we cover project. Suppose this is a project and then the project is basically built in front of you, right? So the project is built in front of you. And then we will be showing you all the how we build the project and all of that, right? In the real time, how it can happen, right? We will be doing everything real time in front of you and then showing you everything in real time, right? So this is how the all classes will go one by one. After every class, there will be the homework, right? Uh, and then suppose this is a Medallion architecture taught, right? And then if you see that everything is happening real time, we are showing everything real time, right? And then as told by Whale, right, we will take a separate class in which we will tell you what are the technical challenges and scenario based question can be asked from the project, right? And then we will cover how to introduce yourself, how you can explain the project, and how to basically optimize your Naukri.com profile. And then what are the project explanation you can write. So we'll write the project explanation, give it to you. We'll give you the sample resume. We will give you the topic wise interview question. We will give you the company wise interview question, right? So it's end to end help, right? So suppose I totally get it, like you guys are working right now, and then some of you guys are fresher, and then when you go to YouTube, you just type AWS data engineering, you are confused what to learn and how, like what not to learn, right? So there we help you, right? So because we are working right now, I am into Azure data engineering field completely. Vale is completely like a AWS guy, right? And he also worked in like both of the clouds. So we know what is going on in the market and what to learn right now and how to cater the interview, because we are giving the interviews regularly. So we know what is being asked, right? So we will help you with everything, right? So basically we will do projects, we'll help you to write the projects in the resume, and then we will help you with the scenario based interview question, and then we'll give you the sample resume, we'll give you all of this interview question, and then the company based interview question, right? So we'll give you everything so that it's basically summarized, and then roadmap is prepared for you by the tutor who is currently working in the industry. So you are following a correct path, you're not confused, you're following in a very summarized and in a very structured manner, right? So yeah, so this is about the LMS portal, right? And then after that, what I wanted to show you that, so suppose some people, and then the timings and all, right? So this is what we are providing you, right? So just in a very brief summary, so after doing the course curriculum, you'll write like 4 years of experience you can write. The fresher can also do, the experienced guy can also do, right? And then the 10 years or 15 years of experience guy can also do, right? So number of projects is 3 projects. After the course curriculum, you can do Snowpark certificate, and also you can do AWS certified data engineer associate certificate. And for both of the certificate, we'll provide you the sample questions which you can practice, right? How much experience you can write 4 years of experience. The prerequisite is basic knowledge of SQL and Python is required. You can expect salary up to 30 LPA by doing this particular course, but some, like suppose some of you can say, Abhishek, I'm already earning 30 LPA, right? So for you, if you're earning already 30 LPA, what you can do right now, you can do this particular course, you get a understanding of everything, and then you do a, like that can, after that you can take a second step, right? So suppose we can elongate this particular course, we can go very deep in the concepts, but that we are taking as you can take that as a second step, right? After doing this particular course curriculum, you can reach out to us, and then we'll make a roadmap for you, so that you can go ahead after 30 LP, and then you can plan for that, right? But this can be a first step for you to learn everything what we are suggesting right now. Okay, so this is about the course curriculum. Experience is 4 years. We learn Glue, DynamoDB, Athena, Snowflake, Lambda, Kinesis, Medallion architecture, Lakehouse architecture. We'll do 3 projects. We'll do this certification, and this is the experience you can show. And then the batch timing is 10th of February. We'll start the batch with limited students of 10 students, right? 7:30 p.m. IST will be the timing. The class will happen 4 days a week. Wednesday and weekend there's no class, right? So this will be the schedule of the class. But some of you can say, Abhishek, I am not comfortable with the timing, right? So half an hour here and there we can manage. We can either keep it at 7 p.m. or we can keep it at 8 p.m. We can manage half an hour here and there. But suppose somebody can say, Abhishek, I am not still comfortable with the timing. Do you have a morning batch? If you want a morning batch, please ping us privately. I think all of you has my WhatsApp number, because I'm regularly pinging in the WhatsApp. So you can ping me on WhatsApp, and then if you are really constrained that you cannot attend the evening batch, then you can probably like yeah, so you can, we will see if we get enough requests for the morning batch, we can like start another morning batch as well, we can do that. But still we have an option of a recording, buying a recording. So in our website you can go and check out that we have a recording option as well, in which we will give you the recording of the live batch which is going on. The syllabus wise everything is exact same. The price is little less for the recording because not attending the live, right? You are basically recording is given to you, and then you are like clearing like learning from the recording only, right? So the only difference is in the recording you're not getting like a schedule, like schedule as in day to day. Nobody's checking on you. They have you done the homework and all of that. And at the same time, when interview preparation will come, here you are more connected with us because you're regularly talking to us. In the recording, that option is not there. We'll give you the interview question, but that's all right. You, if you want to have a connect with us and all of that, those kind of a personal things are less there, which is there in the live recording, right? So this is about the overall experience, what will be taught, the project certification experience, who can learn, the salary expectation, the batch start date and timing, right? Now the enrollment process. Okay, so for the enrollment process, right, so the course curriculum is exactly like a 20,000 rupees, but in the today's demo we are giving it as 18,000 rupees, and after this the price will anyways increase, right? We will stop giving the offers as soon as we'll come closer to the start date, right? You can pay 10,000 rupees now, rest you need to pay once the batch starts, which is like 8,000 rupees. You can enroll, and this particular offer is valid only for today. You can enroll on this particular link. I will send you the link. And then for the recording, the price is 9,000 rupees, 8,999. The demo price is 7,999 rupees, right? And this is also valid for today. Okay, now at the same time there's a 7-day refund policy. So once Vail starts teaching, right, for till the for 7 days you can understand how he's teaching and all of that. Till date we haven't got a single refund. Nobody came to us and then asked for the refund because of the teaching. Sometimes due to health reason and all of that people came, but nobody asked for the refund for the teaching. But anyways we are giving that particular comfort because we are connecting virtually, and I can totally get it that, yeah, so you want to understand how teachers teaching and all of that, so which you can understand in 7 days. And then if you're not comfortable with that, you can probably ask for the refund. All right, and also there's a price guarantee, right? So if you get a similar kind of a course with limited batch size, interview preparation, and all of that, what we are giving, and if you get it in the same price, you can show it to us, and then either we can match the price, or if there's a huge difference in the price, suppose somebody is giving in 10,000, which will never happen because we have done the research for 2 to 3 months for before deciding this particular price, right? But if it is a huge difference, we'll give the course for free, right? So this is also the promise which we are giving. Now, if you want to enroll for the course, right, I am sending you the details in the chat, and then we'll take the questions if you have any. So you can enroll in the. All right. So now let me clarify one very good question which somebody asked in the chat. Okay, which might be confusing for you guys. I totally get it. So recording as in, if you're not going for the live session, if you only want recording, right? In that case, you need to pay 9,000 rupees. In this particular case, you are not allowed to attend a live session. But if you're enrolling for the live Azure data engineering, sorry, AWS data engineering classes, then the recording is coming with that, right? We will give you the recording. You don't need to pay extra for it. So this live training is the live training. Daily the teacher will come, he will train you, he will also give you the recording. But recording is only recording, you will not attend the live training. And also, like, we also giving an option in which you can clear up your doubts and all of that in the recording as well. Okay, so the doubts won't be an issue for you. Okay, so this is about the overall course curriculum, the experience, what will be taught, the project certification and everything. Now and then, this is the enrollment process. The offer is valid only for today, so please go ahead and the enroll for the course. And then there is a price guarantee as well, and there is a refund offer as well. If you're not comfortable with any sort of a thing, right, you can reach out to us in 7 days and ask for the refund, right? So this is what we are providing. And then if you have any question in the enrollment process or whatever I have explained, you can probably ask me now.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So recordings will be of latest, I mean, live classes, right? Only.
Recording is for the latest classes. The current batch which is going on, suppose if you enroll today, I will not give you any recording. The recording will get once the batch starts, and then that is also been uploaded as the batch progresses.
Okay, of this
Because this
batch.
is a very latest architecture diagram which Whale has made for all of you guys, right? So we want to provide you the latest recording itself from the live batch.
Yeah. Second question,
Yeah.
like in coding side, like I mean, interviewer or in real industry like projects, there are a lot of like coding is required, right? To I mean, transform or anything actions and all that. I mean, anything they have to write the script. So that kind of coding level you will cover, or I mean,
So
basic Python.
see, coding is all about I can basically provide you all the code, but you will learn only after you practice. So we will be giving you all the real-time coding which is required for the project, but until unless you don't write it by yourself, just like it's just like language. So suppose the teacher can just tell how to pronounce, but if you don't pronounce it multiple times, you'll not learn. So from our side, we will provide you all the real-time examples and real-time code which is being done and which is being used in the companies. But ultimately it comes to you that hey, if you're not writing select star where clause window function or aggregate function 10 times, you'll not get it right. So you need to invest time there. So and then if you invest time, you can basically learn very easily.
Are you going to cover Scala or no?
No, we will not cover Scala. And then basic so and in the industry as well, the common language which is being used is SQL and Python itself. All right, guys. Anybody has any other question? If you don't have any question and if you like the what we are offering, please go ahead and enroll for the course. If you have a question, anything related to the course or anything, please ping me in the chat and like please unmute yourself and ask question.
For recordings, how much?
For recording, the price is 9,000 rupees in the website, but you can enroll in 8,000 rupees as well, like with the today's offer.
And recording videos duration, how many months we can access?
You can access for lifetime. There is no duration. And Arushi is saying that please allow us 2 days time for the enrolling with the discount. So like so Arushi, as we are taking limited students and we already get like 4 to 5 enrollment, right? So in 2 days we might be getting like full enrollment. So I really suggest you that if you are really interested, please enroll for the course. And then after 2 days, I cannot promise you this particular offer, but if there is an offer, we will definitely give you. Okay. And then again, there is a confusion, guys. I will let me again like clarify. If you enroll for the live AWS data engineering course, you need to pay 18,000 rupees only. You need to pay 10,000 rupees now, 8,000 rupees on 10th of February, right? And with this, you will get recording and also live training, both of them, right? But if you feel that timing is not suitable for you, right? And if you feel you cannot attend the class at 7:30 p.m. IST starting from 10th of February, you can opt for only recording, right? In which you will only get the recording, you will not get any live session, and hence there is a price difference which is 9,000 rupees. But if you enroll today, you can get it in 8,000 rupees. Okay. I
So
hope
in
it's
case
clear. If it is not clear, you can again ask me.
yeah, so in case of any doubt for recordings only, then
So
how?
for the doubt session, what we do in the recording, we make a dedicated WhatsApp group in which Whale is there and our fellow recording buyers is also there. You can ask the questions directly there. And if it is not getting cleared, so sometimes yes, there's a syntax error and all of that, you're not able to resolve it. So sometimes text message is enough. But if you feel that text message is not enough and then you have a you want to have a verbal communication with the tutor, we will add you to a particular dedicated time in which you can ask doubt directly one to one.
So in the middle of the course, can I move to recording videos to live session if I'm not comfortable with recording videos?
Yes, you can move, but in that case, so suppose if you're paying 8,000 rupees now, you need to pay 12,000 rupees more for moving into the live session. There won't be any discount. It's not like you can pay 10,000 rupees more. You need to pay 12,000 rupees more. In that case, you need to go for the original price, but you can move. That option is there. All right, guys. Is there any other question anybody has? We'll get the project file, everything will get in the recording, right? The only difference is you'll not get like live training, and also the interview kind of assistance is less there. We will just give you things, and then you need to basically use our things which we upload in the portal. Suppose if you, it's just like, suppose uh, this access will be given to you, right? As you can see, everything is there, right? So you have a scenario based question, everything is there, right? You can use this portal to learn everything. But now if you need a doubt, that can be provided. But suppose if you have a resume, you want us to review it multiple times, you want to tell your profile, make your resume for you, those kind of assistance is less there, right? So we will provide you everything, and then you can just like use our resources and then learn. Okay.
Can you share one of the demo recordings for just check
Yeah,
out?
so yeah, Pankaj, you can ping me in the chat, and then I can share something with you.
What's your number? I think.
So yeah, so I think you have a like you are already there in the WhatsApp group, I feel so, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I'm regularly pinging. I'm the guy who's pinging, so you can ping me.
Okay, sure. Thank
All right, guys. So if you want to enroll for the course, please go ahead and enroll for the course, right? And if you have any doubt, you can still ask in me right now. And this particular offer is only valid for today. We got already like 4 to 5 registration. We are waiting for 5 more registration, and then we will close. So please enroll today. This offer is valid only for today. Okay.
Hi Abhishek.
Yeah.
Yeah, after paying 10,000, are you gonna contact us?
So once you
How do you
pay,
gonna
yeah,
contact us?
yeah, I will contact you through WhatsApp itself and through email, because when you pay, you will add your email and also WhatsApp number, like a number I think which you use. So we'll contact you through that.
Okay. And how much time after paying we can expect your call or the message?
Uh, uh, so once you pay, like you will, so suppose if you pay at 9:11 p.m. today, right? Because it's offer valid for today, 11:59 p.m. IST. We will contact you tomorrow morning. This is what we can do for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I have paid now right now. Okay.
Yeah, so we will be contacting you soon. Yes.
Okay, Abhishek. Thank you.
So Krishna just enrolled for the course, right? So go ahead and enroll for the course, right? So I think now we are 6 down, right? So we are still waiting for 4 more registration. So please enroll for the course curriculum. We are helping you since the beginning till the end, right? So now if you still have some question, we are still here. We can answer your questions. If you don't have any questions, that's all for the demo. See you around during our courses. Check out our website. We have many courses, right? So just explore it around. Come back to us, right? So thank you so much for attending the demo. If you have still question, we are still here, right? And if you don't have any question,
Abhishek,
please use the link below, and then yeah.
yeah, Abhishek, like after 30 days completion of this training and all, so once will we started giving interview and all, and when we have doubts, so we can just come to you guys and just check our for the interview question, we can just check with you guys, like on WhatsApp group or like
Mm,
personally.
yes. So once you start giving interviews, so guys, honestly, like we want you guys to get job. So this particular training is being designed in that particular manner. So once you start giving interviews, if you're getting stuck, you can come back to us. We can basically help your help you to clear the interview, because that is our motto, and then we want to achieve our objective, right? So we will be very happy if you get a job. So please reach out to us, ask doubt, clear, like whatever help you need, ask for it, and then we will be helping you with that to make sure that you're getting a job or you're able to switch.
So
And
one
why we are
question,
how we are able to do it? Yes, Will.
yeah, so there is one question asked, difference between live and recording, right? So, so if you see live is like you are going to interact with us, you are going to talk with us, and whatever the problem you have, you are going to tell us, and then we are going to help you lively. So that motivates you. Sometimes you may get stuck somewhere else. So there are a lot of YouTube videos are available where already there, but you cannot follow it. You cannot continue to do it. And if you are stuck, right, no one is going to help you. And there are some complex problems. Even though we are explaining on the video, you will not understand it. So recording, sometimes you may stuck and then you will not able to proceed. But if you are joining live classes, we are going to help you, guide you step by step. So it is easier for you to understand. And we have the required experience, right? So we are going to help you how easily you can solve the problem. That is how, that's a big difference between live and recording.
Yes. And also sometimes people want a schedule, right? I am a guy, if you just give me like a proper schedule that hey, at 8 p.m. you have a class daily and then you to attend it. So I will definitely attend it, and then that brings a schedule ideally to day-to-day learning. And suppose I need to watch it at my own convenience, that I might like I won't be much disciplined in that case. So that is also a difference. So you just judge which works for you, and sometimes there's a timing problem, right? You cannot anyways attend because there is a meeting or all of that. So it is up to you which option you want to go for. Okay.
Abhishek, I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Since I work in support, I need to work in shifts. So, have you mentioned any timing about like your morning batch?
So if you want to if you like our offering and if you want to enroll for the course, you can ping me in the chat, right, in the WhatsApp chat, and
Okay.
then so what I can suggest you right now, you can opt for the recording for now, right? And then
Mhm.
if we have enough people for morning batch, people are like suppose if you have
Okay.
6 7 people for the morning batch as well interested, so then we'll start a morning batch. If you're not able to start a morning batch, you can continue learning with the recording itself.
I see. Okay.
Abhishek, what would be the timing for the morning batch?
Yeah, as I said, it's not confirmed because we want more people for the morning batch, and hence we can start a morning batch. So that timing is not confirmed. Vale probably can tell you the estimated timing. What will be the estimated timing,
Mostly
Vale?
9 a.m. in the morning, 9
Yeah.
to 10 a.m. That is
S-
what we are
Okay.
planning.
hmm.
Okay.
Abhishek, I have paid for recording, but I want to switch to live. But 8,000 I paid now, just now. I
So
pinged in
you,
chat.
yeah. So you paid for the recording, you're saying, right?
Yeah, but I want to switch to live, but how to do that payment now?
So, so if you want to switch to live now, like you I will send you another link. You can pay the difference there. Okay. Can
Okay,
you just
okay,
ping me in
sure.
the chat and I can send you the another
Already
link, okay?
pinged in WhatsApp.
Yeah. All right. So just give me some time. I will close the demo. Like once I close the demo, I'll definitely reach out to you. Don't worry about it, okay?
Okay, okay.
All right, guys. So now I think we have 6 7 registration. We are waiting few more and then we'll close the registration, right? So please ping us and then register for the course. It is so somebody is asking how much it is in euro. It is around 220 or 230 euro, right? So like I can just do the calculation right now for you. So 200 euro approx, I think so. INR to euro. Yeah, 200 euro approx, right? So you need to pay 200 euros and then you can enroll for the course curriculum. Now, if you want to pay in euros, yeah, we have that particular option as well. You can pay in euros. So you can just ping me in the chat and I can give you a link in which you can pay in euro directly. Okay. And then you need to pay around 100 euros right now, and then rest you can pay later on, right? All right, guys. So now I'm still getting some messages for the enroll, right? So if you want to enroll for the course curriculum, go ahead. Like I have sent the link in the chat. Please go ahead and ping like enroll for the course curriculum. And the offer is valid only for today. What happens in case of 10 more people register? Would it be more batches to additional people? And what would be taken so we have a waiting list, right? So once the people enroll, 2-3 people more enrollment is there, right? We will keep some waiting list and then we can add those people, or we'll see like we'll start another batch for that. Okay, suppose 1-2 people join like extra, right? Then we will see to accommodate whether we can accommodate in the same batch, right? And then suppose if 10 more people enrolled, then we'll start another batch. Okay. All right, guys. If there's no question, then thank you so much for attending the demo. We will meet in the course curriculum if you are enrolling for the course, right? Thank you so much for the demo. See you then, guys. Bye.